Good morning, everybody. Very good afternoon, and welcome to my live trading webinar. It's very good to have you here. Hope everybody's doing well. We are now looking at the futures trading with the E-mini.
And just a bit more from the Kremlin. Spokesperson says oil and gas cooperation will be discussed during Xi's visit to Russia, including the power of Siberia #2.
We'll just take a quick look at markets. Now, as we mentioned earlier, the fundamental bias is negative at the moment. You can see that the US equity futures markets are lower. We've had negative forward guidance from Palantir as they give their earnings after the close today, and Ford have withdrawn their forward guidance, expecting of $2.5 billion. So just weakening sentiment. I could see it going either way today, so we're going to be led by the price action and the order flow. Hey, Mark Anthony, good to see you. Welcome. So negative sentiment is out there. You can see a little bit of bid coming to US Treasuries. That's good. We want to see that in the current market dynamic. Gold continues its rally higher with China back from its extended holiday. Silver continuing its track higher as well. Got a swing trade bias on silver that we mentioned earlier, and the dollar remains weaker with the major currencies lifted against the weakness in the dollar. There's a sort of, sell America narrative that keeps emerging every now and then, and lots of analysts expecting the dollar to weaken further with these tariff concerns moving forward. So with that all being said, we had the Chinese private data out last night, below market's expectations and a big drop from the previous reading, echoing the official data, which also moved lower. Looking at the order flow now, first of all, let's just take a look at the big picture, and you can just see we've got a bit of value building down here now. We've got the single prints that price moved down very rapidly earlier in the session, and you can see that the price opening outside of yesterday's TPO and moving outside of yesterday's value area low. So the bias is negative to the downside. Okay, so we're looking for potential sellers to continue. Just looking at the daily chart, you can see, visually, we've had a pullback up into that 100-200 exponential moving average. This big supply area, we're just pulling back. Looking at the futures market on the daily chart, you can see that you've got this bunch of sellers trapped down here, and we have had sellers come in against this 5,700 level in the futures market. Okay, and sellers came in yesterday, so sellers building up here. The next bunch of sort of buyers,
and just getting the UK side of the trade announcement with India. UK announces it's also reached trade agreement with India.
Is this 5,600
tariffs on 90% of UK imports? 85% of those will become tariff-free within a decade, and the deal expected to boost UK GDP by £4.8 billion sterling a year by 2040, and deal expected to boost bilateral trade by 25.5 billion sterling a year by 2040.
In the hourly chart from the Globex Open, let's just check I've got that. Yeah, from the Globex Open, that's right. So I'm going to check that this one is from US session.
Just within the UK announcement, India to halve whiskey and gin tariffs for UK imports to 75% and cut auto tariffs to 10% under a quota. And just note the likes of Diageo are seeing a bit of upside on this news here.
So the Globex Open inventory mildly negative, and we have had sellers trapping those buyers up into this weekly value area high here from last week. So we would favor sellers at the moment. Okay, delta pointing low. It's very mild, but we have opened up, you can see, outside of yesterday's value area. Okay, so we're sort of looking to trend lower. We have got a bit of mixed bias here with those sellers kind of getting trapped by passive buyers here, but nevertheless, we are looking at further downside. Inventory just pushing lower. The fact that we've opened outside of yesterday's value area, we've got this fast trend lower. We are in this value area here, so we have to be careful of dip buying, right? We're in this value area low, but if that capitulates, then you've got to run down to the 5,600. So important area. This is an important area up here. you got buyers here and here, right? Now those buyers were trapped there. And now if you go to the 5-minute chart, right, you can see that sellers are trying to trap these buyers here. Okay, now at the moment, in the last few minutes, we have buyers trap sellers and try and push it higher. So this is a very key area here underneath these 5-minute guys, right? If we see them getting trapped there, that will be very important. And you can see on the 1-minute, a lot of buyers came in here, got a lot of sellers come in here, and you got more sellers coming in here as well. So buyers getting trapped there, buyers getting trapped there, selling off. So you've got some breakout buyers that got trapped, and now what we're looking for is a probable continuation of this move in line with the trend, right? So important areas to look at this region is 5627 and this 5623. So we're in important areas, and also this is an important area here underneath this 5622, and then dropping to the 5. Very important areas here and here. This is what I'm really looking at now, here and here, right? So very important areas. So get a break and close underneath there. I'm happy to go for a quick short, right? Maybe even forget that now, you see? We'll see. Let's see if we can get a run down, flush down through these buyers as well, and maybe there's a little breakout area. Got to be careful here because you've got buyers trapping sellers. This could be a recovery area as well. And you've got those passive buyers trapping those sellers down here. So could be a reversal. If it is a reversal, anywhere up here would be a great opportunity for shorting. So we can keep an eye on this as we get into the open. Obviously, this is a crucial area here on the 1-minute chart there, with all these breakout buyers getting in here. Just seeing what else there is. That's the main thing, folks. Just gonna see how the pound has reacted to that free trade agreement with India.
And more from the Turkish central bank governor. Does know that recent decline in commodity prices, if permanent, could offset the negative impact of recent FX volatility on inflation.
Okay, Delta continuing to point lower, building lower. We see these buyers get trapped, and I'd be happy to go for a quick little short, see if I can scalp a couple of points on this. Just keep an eye on that. All right, folks, Delta building like it wants to have a crack at this level. We'll just keep this up now and have a look on the hour. So that's a nice area to reject, that 5629, 5630, and also got a nice area here if we can go through that 5605. So 5600, very big area.
More from the Turkish central bank governor does note that inflation expectations continue to course above their disinflation path. Does note it is necessary to maintain tight and determined stance in monetary policy.
The other thing we can look at, of course, is a false break of this area. So if we see a false break of this area, then we can look for a snap back and a play up towards value at the 5635. So we've taken profit into those lows. There's a 5-minute. So you got the 1-minute. We've just sort of pushed back here and rejecting those sellers. So this is a potential false break now. So if you get buyers holding above those sellers, then I'm going to switch to longs on a false break. Sometimes when you approach the lows, that's like an obvious place to take profit. So I just took profit down in that area. Let me just show you that. Just took profit down in that area there, right? So now, going back to it, let's see. Because if you get sellers trapping those 1-minute, then we're back on.
Commentary here from Franklin Templeton's head of European fixed income. Does say that he's short duration on Eurozone government bonds. Notes he has exited long position on UK gilts as fiscal space evaporates. Does it say that he has added to positions in the Polish zloty and Swedish crown? This is expects the euro to strengthen, could rally to 1.25 by year end.
So if we get a close underneath those buyers, then I'm looking at going short again. At the moment, there's mixed messaging. But if sellers trap that, okay, mixed messaging, buyers probably have it here, you see, because buyers trap sellers here and here. But if sellers can take it back to the front foot, and if sellers can trap these buyers, that I'm looking to continue lower. With Delta leaning this way, I want to short. Oh, lovely, Brian. How long are you staying there for?
Update regarding the Fed. Kansas City Fed Schmid is to miss FOMC meeting, according to Bloomberg.
Okay, 20 seconds.
And
if
such
we have
that
sellers underneath those
Minneapolis
buyers,
Fed
then we're
President
looking
Kashkari is to vote in Schmid's place. Schmid's absence
Downside.
is due to the death of his wife.
I'm selling that. And if we get any retracements, I'm going to sell it a bit more. We just sold a couple of positions there.
Update from the Saudi cabinet statement. Saudi Arabia to discuss and sign deal with the US in fields of mining and mineral resources.
I want to see that start moving lower from here, really. I don't want to see these sellers getting trapped, in which case I'll just jump out again. Okay, that's it. That's moving lower. That's what we want to see. Delta coming in negatively. They've taken one position
Update
off.
from Constellation Energy CEO says US electricity demand driven by new data centers is being
And
overstated.
a second position off. And I'm moving a third position just to break even now. It's a very simple trade. We've hit the second standard deviation, so I've taken two positions off. You can just see that here. Two positions off. Got the third one just running around break even. Let's see if we can get a bit more on this. I'm a bit out from London, Brian. I'm sort of up towards the Midlands, or else I'd come and see you. It would be lovely to, actually. It'd be really nice to meet you. I don't suppose you're up to Midlands at any point, are you, around Birmingham? Is it work, holiday? Yeah, it's true, Najam. But with a guide. With a guide, Najam. All right. I'll be able to show Brian the nice bits. Oh, that's lovely. Are you got any nice trips planned? Oh, the Bank of England Museum's well worth going to, Brian. Well, actually, we need Anthony, don't we, with his knife training. There are some nice places. So, okay, good. I'm glad I'm holding this third position. Delta can continue to be negative. That's great. Oh, and we've got a break underneath the lows. Okay, that looks like it wants to run a bit further too. Great. That's it. Is that dancey one? That is, isn't it? It's that dancey martial art. It's not. Thank the Lord it's not as bad as Johannesburg yet, Brian, but it can be lively. It has a bad reputation, Birmingham. See that Delta just building negatively, that's nice. Just keeping that third position on. I'm just going to see if it can just run a bit more for this. Be nice to see if it just capitulates. No, come on. I want it to go through this level. We'll see. Coming up to the open. Let's see what we get. You're joking. Definitely, Brian. It would be really good to meet up. Najam, that's terrible. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, that's Najam, that's awful. Right. I might just take this off. I'm just taking that off as we come into the open because I don't want to see all a raise against me. So I took the final short off. All right, folks. So today and P&L $430. Trading the New York session open. Bias to start the session was bearish, looking for lower prices, and initially we were taking shorts. Yeah, still positive for the day, Najam. Plus 430. Yeah, just chipping away at it, making sure getting some positive trades in. Now, today, the two trades that I took on the standard lot is the ones I'll share. I had micro lot positions as well. A few more trades, but the key ones that I took on the standard lots was just, first of all, was here when we had all that selling, the delta was negative, and I was looking for an opportunity where some buyers got trapped against that standard deviation, look in line with that momentum and in line with those sellers trapping. You see, trapping those buyers. That's what I wanted to see. Delta negative, everything was fine with that. The only risk with that trade that I could see at the time was the fact that we had that near side momentum, Delta starting to pick up a little bit. However, with those sellers trapping these buyers, that was enough for me to take a short, and I had the point of control down there to take profit on. Right. So just took profit on the point of control, fine, right? Second position out at break even. And then as this slowly moved up, what I was looking for is Delta suddenly started to push up. And I was looking for opportunities where sellers got trapped. And we saw a few of them. Sellers got trapped there, but didn't get the pullback. Sellers got trapped there, but I was just away having a cup of tea. And finally got sellers trapped here, where I took my long. Where you got sellers trapped, buyers entered a couple of long positions and just took 2.5 points up off of that as it ran higher. That was the S2 pivot point, so wasn't going to be hanging around for that forever. And just as soon as it moved up there, just took profit and wait for the next opportunity. Sellers again there, buyers trapped them. Again, had a long here, but on the micro accounts across 3 live accounts. And then as price failed to move by this point on this 3rd minute, just closed it out flat for a scratch trade. And again, just looking for sellers getting trapped. Okay, you can see here, sellers getting trapped. Right, that's another kind of buy bias here. With those sellers trapped here, you'd expect buyers to come in. All right, and see if this will push higher. All right, folks, that is all for today. Take care, folks. Have a really good rest of your day.